Hello again. Welcome to another episode of Is It Shit? This time we're looking at something we've never looked at before. We're looking at a plugin from Acustica. We did look at a synth they made, which was a Jupiter 8 emulation thing. This is a saturation and EQ channel strip type plugin. We've never looked at anything like that from Acustica before. It is the Acustica Malcolm Toft Aubergine Toft 70s strip. That's a mouthful. Let's find out. Is it? Yeah, so why finally we're looking at a Acustica plugin? Well, I'm looking at another synth for them at the moment they've asked me to look at, and I found that runs on the Aquarius system. They have a bunch of different ways that Acustica works. This is based on the Aquarius desktop system. And within the stuff that they gave me to look at was this. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to have a look at this. And I'm glad I did. It's really interesting. Let's dig into it. So, as you can see, it's like a lot of Acustica stuff. It's a pretty interesting GUI. Let's start at the top. We've got the presets up there. You can resize this as well. That's handy. All the usual save, copy, paste, A/B stuff up the top. We then got the auto, that's auto gain, the little squiggly thing that looks like a waveform. That's exactly what it is. It shows you the waveform on the display here. You've got your bypass on off button there. Over top right, you've got what you're listening to, the left right output, just the mid, just the sides, or the little triangle is let me listen to the delta, which is the difference between what it's doing compared to the dry signal, which is always really useful. We've got a big input fader and we've got a big output fader. We have got the graphic display in the middle. You can grab the nodes and move them around, so it is actually functional rather than just a display. What is this thing? Well, it's basically a pre-EQ, then a preamp and a saturator and a post-EQ. So it's basically two separate EQs which share the same interface, a preamp and a saturator. Sounds like it could be really useful. We've got the EQ color switch that turns the EQ color section on off. We've got the dry wet control there. Over the other side, we've got the drive control with the in button, and then you can add the drive to the stereo signal, left, right, just the mid or just the sides. I love that. I do love a bit of side saturation. Down the bottom here, we have got the EQ section. Now, first of all, you can select whether you're working on the pre or the post EQ, two completely separate EQs, or you can link them. We've got a high pass with a low pass next to it. We've then got switchable low frequency, which is 80 Hertz or 120 Hertz plus or minus 15. We've then got the low mid section, which is switchable, goes from 100, 200, 300, 600, 1K, 1.5K plus or minus 15. We've then got the high mid, which is 1K, 2K, 3K, 6K, 10K, 15K, plus or minus 15. We've then got high frequency, which is switchable between 8K and 12K, plus or minus 15. We then have another low pass and another high pass. Why two? Well, you can just set one for your pre, one for your post. It says on them which is which. That's kind of it. It looks quite busy, but it's quite nice. I do like the design of it. How does it work? Well, basically you set your input, you EQ the signal before it goes through the saturator. You can then EQ it after the saturator. Why is that good? That's good because the saturation can sometimes add a lot of high and you can bring that down, or sometimes it can add a lot to the lows and you can fix that afterwards. It stops you having to put a separate EQ pre and post your saturator to get the sound you want. You can run anything through it, but I tried this out on a full mix and it's pretty fantastic. You'll see the demo is at the end of this. You'll see it at the end. Let's talk a little bit about Malcolm Toft. Malcolm Toft is a bit of a legend. Well, not bit of, he is a legend. As a sound engineer, way back in the day, he worked with Bowie, he worked with T-Rex, he worked with James Taylor. I think he might have worked with the Beatles. He was also one of the main driving forces behind Trident mixing desks, fantastic things, the Trident EQ. He's then done his own Toft stuff since then, which is, you know, equally awesome. And he's worked in conjunction with Acustica on this, so it's coming from a very good place. Let's talk about demo. It's 30 days, very fair, can't argue with 30 days, a whole month to mess around with it. Price, it's 179 euros. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Yeah, nothing else to say about that. It is just quite a lot. Let's give it a star rating. It's really good. I really loved playing with it. There's such a range of different sounds you can get out of it. The only thing which slightly nudges it down a star is the price. I think if it was under €100, I think it would be a better price. Even less than that, I think, really. That's a bit pokey, €179. So I'm going to give it 4 stars, but it's very good and it's definitely not shit. Listen to the demo at the end and yeah, go and get yourself a demo of this thing. It's pretty fantastic. And also included in the price, it comes with a separate, just a saturator, which is slightly better specs in some ways, and that you can choose the kind of saturation, but it's got a lot less of everything else. A useful little thing to have. Yeah. Anyway, check out the demo at the end. I think you'll be impressed. If you could like the channel, that would be very helpful. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would really help. It's just over 9,000 subs now. I'd love to get up to 10 by the summer some point. That'd be good. We've got the 2 Instagrams. So there's Studio Life 101 for the channel, and then there's Mixdown Mastering, which is my mix and mastering website. That's where you'll find the top 5 plugins. That's where you'll find all my courses on mixing and mastering. There's even one on compression. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. See you soon. Adios.
You're calling my